All right, guys, thanks for taking the time to go through this handbook with me, and I'm going to try to get through it as quick as I can. And so I will not be reading every point. So I think there's about 25 pages. Basically, you have the introduction here, which describes the core values. There's an opening letter, our mission statement, and disclaimer statements, code of business ethics and conduct, and standards of conduct, and a commitment to the environment and how we would handle any violations. So those are basically just corporate values there. And then our relationship with our employees here, that we understand that employees are here at will. Um, and we also want to make sure our employees know that we're having to retain personal records for them and that we have equal employment opportunity. And that generally our employees are described as part-time employees. So then we get into section 2, the actual all the policies here that are more relevant to our employees. So we have the attendance policy, and it talks about how far back it's tracked and how things are tracked when you're unable to come to a shift. Um, then it talks about what to do when you decide that you would like to move on from Cleanway. Um, the computer equipment and software is basically just telling you not to use any of our clients' computers or workstations for, don't get on their computer and surf the internet, stuff like that. There's a confidentiality agreement that you've already signed. We do have a non-compete agreement, which is basically just kind of governs our relationship between our client and our employee and ourselves. The disciplinary procedure just kind of outlines how things are taken care of whenever there's a problem. Um, Family and friends, make sure that you never allow anybody into a building with you, friends or family that because they could be considered trespassers. Inclement weather, days when it's raining and snowing, we'll get with you and we'll work out a plan about whether or not you should work. Then there's the insubordination thing, is just kind of refusing to do an assigned task, kind of over and over, direct, kind of willfully not wanting to do it, I guess. Introductory period, maintenance of your equipment, taking care of stuff, letting us know when it's broken, how we would handle something if there was ever harassment. We have an open door policy, so you should always feel comfortable to let us know what's going on. You can call us or email or text. Um, Outside employment, personal accidents. If you have something happen, you get hurt, you need to let us know right away so we can, get things underway to get you taken care of, okay? Personal appearance and cleanliness. I want you to show up looking professional in a Cleanway shirt with good shoes on. Uh, we recommend that you not bring any personal property to work. And then while you're at work, just if you see something out of place, go ahead and take care of it for our customer. And this is like small things like a soda can on a window ledge, just go ahead and throw it away if that's kind of what looks like needs done. Then there's reinstatement for people that had left, or then there's how to resign properly. Then there's a lot of talk about safety here. Just make sure you're wearing your protective gear and doing things like you've been taught in the other training videos. As far as smoking goes, generally do that in your car. Keep your butts in your car. Solicitation and distribution of literature, don't bring anything like that with you and leave behind. Substance abuse policy, we don't want anybody coming to work under the influence of any kind of drugs or alcohol. Theft, we don't tolerate that at all. Treatment of company property and equipment, make sure that you're not doing anything to willfully damage stuff or just negligently not take care of things. Company vehicles, voting, work schedule is in swept. Locked doors, make sure that if you can't do something that you're supposed to because the door is locked, you got to let us know. So maybe our customer, will make a key, or we can at least let them know why the place is still dirty or that room was dirty. no workplace violence, and then cell phone policy, obviously, at a minimum and not a disruption to work or clients. Lockups, this is kind of huge here. If you, we want to make sure when you use a key to come in a building, you have to stop, turn around, and relock that door. So the whole time you're inside, you're always locked inside safely, just like the client had left it. And with alarm systems, you got to make sure that you reactivate the alarm. You can't leave the presence of that building with an alarm not activated. So this is where getting hold of management when there's a problem is essential right here. HVAC systems, do not tamper with or adjust those. Audio equipment, make sure it's just an earbud in your ear. Section 3 talks about compensation, about annual evaluations and wage increases, garnishments perhaps from paychecks, overtime hours if you earn them. It lets you know here that paychecks are issued on the 1st and 15th. Promotions are granted to employees by their performance and quality of work. Timekeeping is handled by the app and you logging in and out appropriately on your phone. Wage advances, Cleanway does not offer those. Okay, section 4, benefits. Basically what we've got, every couple hours we want you to kind of take a 10-minute rest break, okay? Meal periods are after 6 hours, so your manager will help you get those scheduled. Holidays, there's about 6 holidays here that if you have to work or you missed work because of one, then there's a method, a way, this describes how you would be compensated there. Leave of absences and leave of absence without pay. Brief topic there on COVID. Paid time off or vacation, so after a year you get that week of paid time off and that gets approved by your manager. There is some bereavement pay benefit also, and then of course workers' comp insurance. And then you've got the general rules of conduct, and these are things that have led to the termination of people in the past, or we just kind of know that doing them would definitely get you terminated. So just to kind of clarify those, there's about 20 things here that we would expect you to not do, and you would probably expect your coworker to not do as well. Anyway, this constitutes the entire handbook, and like I said, there might be changes to it in the future, which is why it's always posted on the internet at cleanwayservice.com. On the employee tab, you can download it into your phone, so you can always have a current copy of it or review it at will. Okay?